In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose 10 Canadian beer brands hiding corn syrup additives, packaging failures, and safety recalls behind their familiar labels and national pride messaging. Plus, I'll reveal the 5 brands that actually honor traditional brewing without the shortcuts. Stay until the end, because number 1 will change how you read beer labels forever. Let's start with what's sitting in your fridge right now. 10. Molson Canadian. 67, starting at number 10. Molson Canadian 67 markets itself as the health-conscious choice for calorie counters. But that low-calorie promise comes with ingredient compromises. The beer contains corn syrup in the form of dextrose, alongside malted wheat and hop extract instead of whole hops. While the label clarifies this corn syrup isn't high-fructose corn syrup and supposedly doesn't remain in the final product, the use of corn-derived fermentables represents a departure from traditional beer making. At just 3% alcohol by volume, this light-style beer achieves its reduced calorie count through dilution and corn syrup processing rather than through careful grain selection. The hop extract rather than whole hops eliminates the natural compounds that made traditional beer interesting. What makes this concerning for health-conscious drinkers is the false sense of making a better choice when the calorie reduction comes at the cost of ingredient quality. 9. Molson Golden. At number 9, Molson Golden carries decades of Canadian heritage, and for many it might recall memories of family gatherings or summer cottage weekends. That nostalgia makes this harder to discuss, but the truth matters. The beer lists water, barley malt, yeast, corn syrup in the form of maltose, and hop extract. The label includes a note stating the corn syrup isn't high-fructose corn syrup and isn't present in the final product. But questions remain about why corn syrup is needed at all. The use of hop extract instead of whole hops strips away the complexity and natural beneficial compounds. For older adults who grew up with Molson Golden as a trusted Canadian brand, learning that modern production relies on corn syrup and hop extracts rather than simple traditional ingredients can feel like a small betrayal. The beer industry's loose labeling requirements mean these shortcuts often go unnoticed by loyal customers who trust brands they've known for decades. 8. Molson Canadian Light. Molson Canadian Light follows the same troubling pattern across the Molson product line. The beer contains corn syrup in the form of maltose alongside water, barley malt, yeast, and hops. Listed as a light beer variant with lower alcohol content, it achieves that lightness through ingredient manipulation rather than brewing skill. The corn syrup addition allows for cheaper, faster fermentation while reducing the barley malt needed. For consumers seeking a lighter beer option, the assumption might be that fewer calories means cleaner ingredients, but the reality proves otherwise. The corn syrup represents an industrial shortcut that traditional brewers would never consider. Many regular drinkers have consumed this beer for years without realizing corn syrup plays a role in what ends up in their glass. The light beer category has trained consumers to accept ingredient compromises for calorie reduction, but that means accepting fermentables that have no place in traditional beer. 7. Molson Ice. Moving to number 7, Molson Ice adds another layer of processing to the concerning ingredient list. The beer contains water, barley malt, yeast, corn syrup in the form of maltose, and hop extract with an ice filtering step in production. This ice filtering technique involves partially freezing the beer and removing ice crystals, concentrating the alcohol content. While this might sound innovative, it's actually designed to increase alcohol levels without increasing ingredient quality or traditional brewing time. The combination of corn syrup, hop extracts, and ice filtering represents multiple departures from proper beer making. The ice filtering creates an impression of premium processing, but it's really about achieving higher alcohol content more cheaply and quickly. Regular consumption means regular exposure to these processing shortcuts alongside the corn syrup derivatives and hop extracts. 6. Molson Canadian. At number 6 sits the flagship. Itself, Molson Canadian, the beer that's been synonymous with Canadian identity for generations. This one hurts because Molson Canadian represents something deeper than just a beverage for many Canadians. It's been at hockey games, cottage docks, and celebrations from coast to coast. But loyalty can't change what's actually inside the bottle. The ingredient list shows water, barley malt, yeast, corn syrup in the form of maltose, and hops with the label note about the corn syrup. That repeated clarification across multiple Molson products suggests the company knows consumers have concerns, yet they continue using it. For older Canadians who've watched this brand evolve over decades, there's a sense that cost-cutting and mass production replaced the values that made Canadian beer respected. The corn syrup allows cheaper, faster fermentation, increasing profit margins while delivering a product that only resembles what beer used to be. When you're reaching for a Molson Canadian from habit or tradition, it's worth asking whether the beer inside still honors the Canadian brewing heritage the label suggests. 5. Molson XXX. Approaching our top 5 worst brands, Molson XXX takes the ingredient concerns and amplifies them with significantly higher alcohol content. Listed at 7.3% alcohol by volume, this beer contains water, barley malt, yeast, corn syrup in the form of maltose, and hop extract. The high alcohol content means more fermentable sugars were needed, likely meaning more reliance on corn syrup to achieve that strength economically. The hop extract in a beer this strong means missing the natural compounds that would normally balance high alcohol levels. For older adults, higher alcohol beers carry additional health considerations beyond just ingredients, particularly regarding blood pressure and medication interactions. The combination of elevated alcohol with corn syrup and hop extracts creates a product that's aggressive in multiple ways. The 7.3% alcohol requires responsible consumption anyway, and knowing the beer achieves that strength through corn syrup processing rather than generous barley makes the choice even more questionable. 4. Village Brewery. At number 4, we move from ingredient concerns to serious safety issues. Village Brewery faced a publicly reported recall involving exploding growlers and at least one customer injury report. The recall stemmed from a packaging integrity issue where growlers were actually exploding. We're talking about glass containers failing with enough force to burst and cause injury. For older adults, an exploding glass container presents serious risks, including lacerations and eye injuries. The recall indicates systemic problems in Village Brewery's quality control and packaging processes. When a brewery can't ensure its packaging won't violently fail, it suggests broader problems with production standards. The injury report means someone actually got hurt from a product that should never have left the brewery in that condition. For consumers who trusted Village Brewery, learning about exploding growlers and injuries represents a fundamental betrayal of the promise that beverages won't physically harm you. 3. Le Castor, a microbrasserie Le Castor. Coming in at number 3, Le Castor faced a publicly reported recall tied to exploding bottles, with warnings that bottles could explode due to overcarbonation and packaging failure. Overcarbonation might sound like a minor technical issue, but when it's severe enough to cause bottles to burst, it becomes a serious safety hazard. Glass bottles exploding from pressure can send shards flying with enough force to cause deep cuts. For older adults with thinner skin and slower healing, glass injuries carry heightened risks of complications. The overcarbonation problem indicates failures in multiple production stages, from fermentation control to quality testing before release. Craft beer. Enthusiasts often pay premium prices expecting superior quality control. Finding out bottles could randomly explode destroys that trust completely. The recall suggests either rushed production, inadequate testing, or systemic problems with carbonation management. Any of those explanations points to a brewery operating beyond its competency, putting customers at risk. 2. Microbrasserie Wick Station. At number 2, Microbrasserie Wick Station earned a Canadian food recall warning for beer due to bursting cans. The recall notice appeared on the Government of Canada recall portal, making this an official federal food safety issue. Bursting cans represent serious danger. When an aluminum can bursts, it can spray beer forcefully, while the metal failure creates sharp edges that cause cuts. For older consumers, a bursting can in the fridge or during opening presents risks of injury and property damage. The fact that cans were bursting badly enough to warrant federal recall indicates widespread production failures. Cans are designed to withstand significant pressure, so failures this severe suggest dangerous overcarbonation, manufacturing defects, or contamination causing continued fermentation. The official government warning means the risk was serious enough that federal authorities determined public notification was necessary to prevent injuries. For anyone who purchased Wick Station beer before the recall, the warning created justifiable concern about what was in their storage area. 1. 9 Locks Brewing Co. Taking the #1 spot as the absolute worst Canadian beer brand, 9 Locks Brewing Co. faced a Canadian food recall warning for beer due to spoilage. The recall was classified as Class 2 on the federal notice, the second most serious classification level. Class 2 means the product poses a health hazard that could cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. Beer spoilage isn't just about bad taste. Spoiled beer can harbor harmful bacteria, produce toxic compounds, and cause gastrointestinal illness from nausea to serious digestive infections. For older adults, particularly those with compromised immune systems or chronic conditions, consuming spoiled beer poses heightened risks of severe illness. The fact that spoilage was widespread enough to trigger federal recall indicates serious breakdowns in sanitation, quality control, or basic brewing hygiene at 9 Locks. Spoilage suggests contamination during brewing, packaging, or storage, meaning bacteria infiltrated the beer and reproduced unchecked. Any brewery allowing product to spoil this badly has failed at the most fundamental level of food safety. The Class 2 classification means federal authorities determined the risk was significant enough to require public warning and product removal. For a brewery to earn this distinction requires either negligence, incompetence, or complete failure of sanitary practices. After exposing the concerning brands, here's the reassurance you've been waiting for. These 5 Canadian beers prove that quality brewing still exists, with simple ingredients, traditional methods, and respect for what beer should be. Let's restore your faith in Canadian beer. 5 Dogwood Brewing. Starting our safe list at number 5, Dogwood Brewing stands out by producing certified organic beer with organic ingredient sourcing as core to their philosophy. That organic certification isn't just marketing. It means independent third-party verification that no synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or genetically modified ingredients touch any part of brewing. For health-conscious beer drinkers, particularly those aware of cumulative chemical exposure over decades, organic certification provides meaningful peace of mind. The brewery's commitment to organic ingredients suggests a philosophy valuing quality over cost-cutting. When a brewery chooses organic ingredients, they're accepting higher costs and limited sourcing in exchange for purity. That choice reflects priorities aligned with consumers who want to know exactly what they're consuming. Dogwood's organic positioning means the barley, hops, and other ingredients come from farms that maintain soil health and avoid synthetic chemicals. For older adults who remember when food and drink were simpler, Dogwood's organic approach represents a return to more trustworthy production methods. 4. Moosehead Lager. At number 4, Moosehead Lager delivers consistency and transparency with ingredients that honor traditional brewing. A U.S. distributor listing states the beer is made using quality ingredients, including 100% Canadian barley malt and naturally pure Spruce Lake water. That specification of 100% barley malt matters enormously because it means no corn syrup, no rice, no cheap fermentables substituting for traditional grain. The naturally pure Spruce Lake water suggests environmental protection and consistent quality. For Canadian beer drinkers seeking authenticity, Moosehead's commitment to Canadian barley malt creates genuine connection between beer and Canadian agriculture. The 5% alcohol by volume puts Moosehead in traditional lager territory, achieving proper strength through generous quality malt rather than processing shortcuts. The distributor listing providing detailed ingredient information demonstrates transparency that's increasingly rare. For older adults who appreciate straightforward products without marketing deception, Moosehead delivers exactly what a lager should be. 3 Beau's Lug Tread. Claiming the number 3 spot, Beau's Lug Tread brings certified organic brewing to the craft beer category. Industry publication reporting confirms the beer's certified organic status, with U.S. distribution coverage indicating the brand has earned respect beyond Canadian borders. Organic certification for craft beer represents significant commitment because craft brewers typically use diverse ingredients and complex recipes, making organic sourcing more challenging and expensive. The fact that Beau's achieved and maintains organic certification while producing flavorful craft beer proves that quality and purity aren't incompatible with taste. Certified organic means every ingredient comes from verified organic sources without synthetic chemical inputs. For craft beer enthusiasts who want interesting flavors without sacrificing ingredient integrity, Bo's Lug Tread offers both. The U.S. import availability suggests the beer maintains quality through distribution chains. Bo's transparency through organic certification removes any doubt about what's in the beer. For older adults exploring craft beer but concerned about additives common in mass-market brands, Bo's provides a trustworthy entry point. 2. Mill Street Original Organic. Coming in at number 2, Mill Street Original Organic earns its position through certified organic credentials verified by Canadian organic industry organizations. The explicit organic certification focus means Mill Street subjected their entire brewing process to rigorous third-party auditing and ongoing compliance requirements. That level of scrutiny demonstrates seriousness about ingredient quality that goes beyond marketing claims. The product positioning as certified organic indicates this flagship product represents the brewery's core values. For consumers who trust organic certification as meaningful verification of purity and sustainability, Mill Street delivers exactly what the label promises. Canadian organic certification standards are comprehensive and demanding, requiring documented sourcing for every ingredient, regular testing for contamination, and strict protocols for processing. Mill Street's achievement means they met all those requirements and maintained them through every batch. For older Canadians concerned about cumulative effects of pesticide, residues, herbicide contamination, and synthetic additives from decades of consumption, choosing certified organic beer provides real risk reduction. The organic certification means the barley was grown without glyphosate, the hops weren't sprayed with synthetic pesticides, and no banned processing aids touch the beer. 1. Steam Whistle Pilsner. Taking the #1 spot as the absolute best Canadian beer available, Steam Whistle Pilsner represents brewing perfection through radical simplicity. The brewery's FAQ states explicitly that they brew using only 4 ingredients: pure spring water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. Nothing else. No corn syrup, no rice, no hop extracts, no processing aids, no stabilizers. Just the 4 ingredients that defined beer for centuries before industrial brewing corrupted the process. The brewery profile confirms they use only 4 natural ingredients in traditional brewing techniques, demonstrating consistency between marketing claims and actual practices. What makes Steam Whistle extraordinary is their refusal to compromise those standards despite operating in a market where competitors cut costs through ingredient substitution. The pure spring water provides consistent quality without requiring filtration extremes or chemical adjustments. The commitment to malted barley means higher costs, but also means traditional beer flavor and ingredients humans have safely consumed for millennia. The use of whole hops rather than extracts preserves natural compounds and subtle flavors that make beer interesting. Traditional brewing techniques mean Steam Whistle accepts longer fermentation times and lower production volumes in exchange for quality that industrial methods can never match. For older adults who remember when beer was simple and trustworthy, Steam Whistle represents what we've been missing. The 4-ingredient commitment means absolute transparency with nothing to hide. When you choose Steam Whistle, you're choosing a brewery that respects tradition, honors ingredients, and trusts that quality speaks for itself. 10 Canadian beer brands compromised by corn syrup shortcuts and safety recalls, plus 5 that actually honor what beer should be. Before your next liquor store run, remember to check for organic certification, look for breweries committed to traditional 4-ingredient brewing, and avoid brands with recall histories. If this video changed how you see Canadian beer, share it with friends and family who deserve to know the truth about what they're drinking.